Welcome. I'm encouraged by your presence. I'm here with Dr. Saul Weingarten, a noted psychiatrist who's written a book called My Daily Rules to Live By: How to Become a Better Person. My name is James Alexander. I'm actually acquainted with Dr. Weingarten in collaboration with him in the writing of this book. I am a person who has spent over nearly 30 years in the California prison system. I was a United States Marine prior to that. I met Dr. Weingarten at a prison when he came in to be of service and help to prisoners. And I found him to be very compassionate and very wise. So I am so honored to introduce Dr. Saul Weingarten. So,
Thank you, Alex. I'm a veteran of World War II. There aren't too many of them around anymore. Uh, I fought in World War II when I was 18 years old and had the difficult fortune of being involved in a very, very difficult war in which I was an infantryman, and yet this experience of being an infantryman, fighting hand to hand virtually against the other soldiers. It was a different kind of war than one has today with terrorism leading the way. It was a war in which thousands of people died in battles, with vast shelling and things like that, which we had. I had the difficulty of fighting in such a war, even though I had no background like that. I was conscripted into the army, and I learned things about human nature that enabled me to write this book, My Daily Rules to Live By: How to Become a Better Person. I realized during this battle that I was involved in, I was in General Patton's army, who was one of the most decorated generals and one of the most aggressive ones. In fighting in this war, and then later being captured and being a prisoner of war, I discovered some things about human nature that I would not have known about before. What I discovered was that people who were buddies of mine, good people, and that they could be helpful in saving my life as we fought alongside of one another. But then I saw another side of these people when they became prisoners of war, in which they actually did things which took the lives of some of the people I had fought with. I was astounded at this, and it led me to feel that I needed to do something to help deal with human nature in a way in which people, instead of being into this kind of horror, would become better people. So the book is a unique book in that it does offer that help. It's a unique book in that usually books about war tend to emphasize the heroic things that occur rather than the needs to become a better person in fighting in a war or in living one's life. All of these things are necessary, and it led me to become a psychiatrist. This was about 60 years ago, and I've been working since then to achieve that. And the book, My Daily Rules to Live By: How to Become a Better Person, is is very apt and very effective in bringing about this kind of change in people. Virtually everybody who watches this presentation that we're doing could use this book to advantage. They could become better people, they could become better wives, better husbands, better at dealing with their tempers, better at dealing with their anger, better at dealing with their fear. Now, I've been greatly helped in my work. A large part of what was with thousands of prison inmates, and having met James Alexander, and he demonstrated some of the wisdom that he has in arriving at effectuating his own behavior, so that he's become more and more effective as a person in using the daily rules.
I would like to speak on that. It seems to me that not only is this book, My Daily Rules to Live By, quantifiably present amongst prison inmates. I mean, you've seen over 5,000, I'm sure, prison inmates over your 50 years of experience. But it is also geared towards every human being. Every human being who has experienced any form of emotionally damaging behavior, whatever is the causation of it, by reading this book, a person can more effectively deal with their emotions in a way where they won't have to regret their interactions with other human beings. I found in being with you as you have wrote this book that people can actually look at their lives and say, I would like to be better in this area, or I would like to be better in that area. And this book helps them accomplish that. You speak about attitudes in this book. So maybe you can expound a little bit about attitudes.
Yes, attitudes refer to human emotion and how it is that we express our emotions. And we can do it thoughtfully, and we can do it in a way in which we are impulsive, and in which we say the wrong things and do the wrong things. And we're caught up in that, so that we know of nothing to do once we've made the errors of the way we've expressed ourselves. The book offers everybody who looks at the book, an unusual opportunity. They can simply make a list consciously of what their damaging behaviors have been in their lives in the past. And they can simply be prepared to say to themselves, stop, which offers the reader the ability to know how to change a behavior instantly for themselves, and to apply simply by applying the third chapter in the book, which is an explanation of the daily rules and how they need to be applied.
Exactly. Your book is very necessary, especially during these times where we have so much at stake. You have politicians who are making statements that separate instead of unite. You have police officers who are taking advantage of their position of authority. You have citizens who feel so disconnected with what is going on in the United States. And we can't just give up on becoming better people, becoming a better nation. This has to continue. We have to continue that. And everyone who reads My Daily Rules to Live By, your book, will have the opportunity to, in some way, become better, in some way, help their community to become better, and in some way, help our nation to become better. So it's very necessary at this time. Dr. Weingarten, it has been an honor. Thank you so much for writing the book, My Daily Rules to Live By, How to Become a Better Person. I'm sure that it's on Amazon.com and the viewers can find it there. So once again, I'm most appreciative of your time. Is there anything you would like to leave us with?
Thank you very much, and I hope that you all will consider getting this book so that it can help you and your families and your relationship so that you become a better person henceforth and for the rest of your life.